Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike here in the RC corner. Thanks for tuning into this. It's been a while since I did a little bit of a tour, and you guys see some of these things in the background when I do my intros to my videos. And I thought I'd give you a quick tour of what's going on and what's going down at the RC corner. All right, so let's get this video going. So here it is, guys, and we're in the RC shed, and some people ask me, like, what is the meaning of Mike's RC Corner? Well, when I started this channel, probably like, was it 8 years ago or something? Maybe even longer, 9 years ago, I did this to keep myself interested in the hobby because my son was born and my wife was going back to work. She worked a lot of evening shifts, and I just wouldn't get the time to go do, like, you're a free man when you don't have kids, and you can go out after dinner, after work, go to a buddy's house, and you can do these things, but you can't do those things anymore, especially when the wife was working on the evenings and stuff. So to keep myself interested, I started a YouTube channel, and I did it in the back corner of my basement. There's also a very famous segment, as you know, Canadian, we watch a lot of hockey night in Canada. They had Coach's Corner with Don Cherry, and it was on the first intermission, and it was a very entertaining segment, and just kind of everything just kind of clicked in my mind. The corner of the basement, Mike's RC Corner, yeah, that's my name, so everything works. So we're just gonna go with that, and it's a really mess in here. I got a laser, or I got a craft show for my laser wares I'm doing soon. So I got my laser also lives in the same shed. This was an afterthought after starting the shed, because this was just going to be RCs and other things, but there's no room for this in the house. This thing can smell because of the wood that burns and everything, so we have to put it out somewhere, so it's in my shed. Anyways, I'll talk a bit about the shed for a sec. We got electrical put in over here, so electrician was hired, pulled the permits, and ran a 20 amp service out here from my panel box inside my basement up through the ceiling, through the roof, down the side of the house, trenched into the shed here. This way I can even heat this if I want to. I run my laptop, I can watch things. Anyways, it's pretty cool. The laser's pretty good. Maybe some other time I'll do a video on the laser if you guys want to talk about it, or want me to talk about it, show you what I do. But anyways, we'll just go over quick here, stuff that I've collected over the years. A lot of the stuff has been sent to me to review, but we're really growing the minis, and just to kind of, the reason why this channel is kind of taking a while, and I just do it for myself, and I'm glad to have you guys here, but it kind of started as Mike's racing and doing those kind of things in bashers, and since the track kind of closed, I've kind of switched over to crawling, and so I've kind of, and I used to do drones and all those things, so I've kind of lost my audience, because if you were here for the racing and the fun bashing part, I still do that, but very periodically now, and now I've kind of switched over to crawling, and I kind of stick to more to the budget things, but I do have nice stuff too. Not to say the budget stuff isn't as nice, but here I am talking. So we're just going to move things, and you'll see that I got a real good mix of everything. So the RG Adventure 2 is over here. We have the FCX Smasher. I'm trying some different tires on it, but it's just not quite working out. It's a little disappointing there. The WL Toys crawler, that thing needs a little work, but it's decent. It's just too top heavy. One of the original popular videos that first started Mike's RC Corner, the WL Toys 979 or 969. This short course truck is a lot of fun. That's a pretty old RC. The Pine Cone is really cool RC, and it's great on a budget. It's like 70 bucks. You can get into this. This thing rips around on the street. That's the brush model. We got the O-Star here. Great budget crawler, like 80 bucks. And it's like a TRX4M clone. I got a second one over here because I got two kids. I don't want them arguing who gets to drive what. So we got two of those. So we got the WL Toys 14. This is iconic thing over the last 3 or 4 years. That thing just awesome. But that is a spin on the Taycan Soar, I think it was called, Nitro RCX, way back in the day. Everyone thought this thing was brand new, but that thing's been out for years under a different name, and Double L Toys picked up the OEM and made it popular, and good for them because it was a great car. That's the Hobby Plus CR18. We got a SEX 24 with a hard body, highly modified, a lot of metal parts, some Double L Toys buggies. This is the Losi Nightcrawler, and I'm working on this, and basically haven't been able to get this thing to work properly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy electronics from the O-Star, and we're going to put them in there, and then that should work. And I'm looking forward to that. Another great buggy, the 12048, I think it is. That's a Double L Toys model, LPR Blast, and the ZD B10E. They're virtually the same buggy. This one just has more adjustable parts. This one has plastic linkages, and this one has adjustable turnbuckles, but virtually pretty much the same. You can buy the parts, intermix, and hope to get this racing or these two racing this summer at a private track and kind of been invited to. These are ZD racing buggies. They are really old, and they're really good. And this is what I raced in my backyard here on a figure 8 during the COVID time. You can see some videos on that. That's the Truggy. There is also the monster truck, which I discontinued to use for parts. This buggy is awesome. That's the Hypergo 16, whatever it is, 210 or something like that. Forgive me with some of the names because they're just a bunch of letters and numbers, but that thing rocks. Another great one, Double L Toys 10428. This knockoff on the Razor. It's kind of just real good. There's a Vatera model that this is really similar to. Really good. Lasted a lot of years. It's got a wicked remote radio, the best stock radio you ever see. It's got high-low speed. Over the years I worked it a bit, changed the shocks, and it needs a little TLC, but it still runs good. I think I got to take off the plastic hexes on the axles and replace them with metal ones because they're stripping down. But that gets heavily used by my son. He loves that, and I use it too. So the HBX 114 116, I think that's a 16 scale, a bunch of numbers, 16 608 or something. Great truggy, brushless, really cheap, really good. The Sanhee Racing, these two are virtually the same. You'll see me bring these to the cottage. They run on 18650s, easy to charge, lasts a good amount of time, pretty fast, great little basher. These ones get full of sand. I really don't care what happens to them too much, but we always bring those to the cottage and have a lot of fun. And they are what they are, but it's good little fun ones. Now we get into some of my popular videos again. The the Wholesome 9125 and the 9155, the 110 monster trucks. They're not quite 110, but these are a lot of fun. Good bang for your buck for sure. The Carnage, that's a Hobby King back in the day thing. This thing runs on 4S and it rips. It's really cool. I got a Run It video on that. The McGruff truck down here, she's all taken apart. Something's wrong with the drivetrain, the motor, and that's been apart for a while and remains to be taken apart, but it's low on the list of things to do, but it's on the list of things to do. Another Double L Toys, I think this one is kind of a knockoff on the Telluride. It's a 12 scale. This is a lot of fun too. This one's good, and don't run it enough. My son wants me to run that. That is the same model as this model with the ATV, and we got this up and running again. There was a bit of story with that. Some people have been contacting me and wanting it because they like it, and this is like one of the last ATV working style RCs that's been done in a while with the man and everything. And my son was kind of like, oh yeah, you can get rid of it. And then when I'm getting rid of it and bringing it in the house and cleaning it all up and get it all going, then he's like, no, I want to keep it, I want to drive it. So that's where we're at with that. So it is what it is. the XLFs. This is kind of like close to that model. Crappy electronics inside. I have new electronics for it, and we will get that going. That boat there is awesome. You'll see it a couple times on my channel. This thing is a ripper. Some of my favorite places to go boat are gone. They filled in the man-made lakes. It's too bad. Just picked this up, this Mario Kart. It's just kind of more for looks, but maybe someday we'll crack it open and see what we can do with it. The deadbolt hopped up. Awesome, big tires, love it. We got another MJX Hyper Go here, 16207 or something like that. This is the 2S version. There's a Pro version of it that does, I think, 3S, and they completely fly, completely great. Really, 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 really good. Love this. This one and that one is super good, super good. One I'm going to be taking to the track this summer, and I got this going, but it's got a bit of a squeal, and I don't know if I have the motor mesh properly. But I'll have to deep dive into that before I take it out again for another spin. But the Losi Mini 8T, awesome. The Truggy version, oh, so good, so good. But kind of gotta be careful with these ones because there's not, the part support's not so great for these anymore because these are old. I think this is like 8 years old or so. It's just a lot of fun though. Great truck. Got a brushless system in there. We get into the SEX 24 knockoff that was been out on the channel in the last year. This is the Remo Hobby budget crawler, and just trying to figure out what I want to do with this thing. It isn't quite what I want. It doesn't have that drag brake on it that makes the crawler work good. So we're going to be looking for some budget electronics. Probably put the ISDT ESC in this, and then get a cheap brushed 540 motor, and that should take care of this thing. And it is what it is. Keep it on the budget. Let's see if we can make it work good. The very popular model, probably the most popular video I've put out in a while, that's the Road Ripper here, the 16101 the Su Chayu, the SCY. Everyone wants to know how fast this thing can go. People are blowing the wheels off of them, swapping out electronics, trying them on 3S, putting 4S electronics in, everything. Oh, it's just crazy, crazy, crazy. Over here we'll go up to the Mario buggies, and I'm actually kind of taking a bit of inspiration from RC Trucks and Tanks 24/7. He did the Donkey Kong version, and I've done this one up, and since then I've gotten a second one, and this thing works. Just gotta put it back together, like with the plastic parts that seal the components in, and I gotta vent it somehow, probably work a fan in there to cool it down. But we drove that one, and it's a lot of fun. And that one's just still stock. Best mini RC car of all time in my books is this car. I do not know why the K989, the 128 scale, gets so much love. This one is so much better. What is this one called? Is it I forget the acronym for it, but this is one that competes directly with the Losi 124 scale rally, and this is way better. I've owned both. This car rocks, absolutely rocks. I love it. The controls on it's great, great stock radio, runs a long time, super durable. That's my second body on it though, and the body was like super cheap. I think I still got one more I bought. Unbelievable. It's a lot of fun. I love that car. It's really great. Again, that's the second O-Star. That one there my son really likes. It's a Double Toys car. I put a bigger battery in it. It's a little bit top heavy, but it kind of flies around a bit. It's a little bit fragile, but we keep it going because my son really likes it, and we've had a lot of fun with that one. It's a bit of a parking lot RC though. So the HBX protector, it's like that 14 scale, 12 scale ish size, 12 scale I guess. This one also too runs in 18650s, and it is a real fun truck, and it's got LEDs on it, I believe. Yep. We have a good time with that truck, and it's a good little basher. It's good for like taking to the park and stuff like that. Great crawler, SCX converted on a 3D printed rock bouncer. Really love this. 16 scale ECX Temper 2. This thing crawls like crazy, taking it to places, and it hangs with all the 110 crawlers, no problem. Doesn't have the greatest tires on it, but they're super soft, and maybe that's one little upgrade to make it like super sweet. This is, I forget what this is called. That's the wing from the ZD racing buggies I put on, because it just had like a Lexan wing. It sucked. But this is a total ripoff of the 18 scale Team Associated buggy, and this was sent to me as a kit. I put that all together, dropped electronics in. It's really good, but I really don't have much going with it right now. Haven't used it in probably a couple years. Been thinking about selling it, but we'll see what it can do on the market. I don't know even what to ask for it. I don't know if there's even a demand, but anyways, I might take this out to that private track and just see how it does out there. It's kind of fun. It does really boot fast, and it's pretty stable. One thing it could probably use is some new shocks. I think the oil's all leaked out of those cheap plastic shocks. Anyways, so we got the new Ascent there. We got a Double Toys parking lot ripper, the Onward. This thing is pretty fast, but the battery's not the biggest. I think 400 milliamp hours, so it drains fairly quick. You get about 10 minutes. The old HBX Street Racer, it's all seized up. It'll be used for parts. Got some old Tyco stuff I got from the recycler, put online for selling. We'll double back, I guess, over here. There's the big boy Ascent sitting there. He's all dirty. ZD Racing Thunder Truck 10T, I think it is, or something. Sorry, the ZMT 10 brushless monster truck. I've broken one of the rims on it, and I'm looking for cheap monster truck wheels. If you know a good place to get some that will hold up, leave me a message. And this is the rock bouncer. It's super heavy duty. We took that out for a big crawl on the video about 20 videos ago. It was really good, really fun. And then we got home, I noticed that one of the drive shafts fell apart, snapped at the knuckle part over there. So just put new Enduras on, and it's really good. Runs really well. That's my SCX 10.2. Kind of tired of running it as this, because it doesn't really run very well. As like, I want it to be more of a crawler. I'm not really looking for a trail truck. I want something more like this. So we're gonna get a custom chassis and go LCG on this, and that's a project for this summer. Here's the iconic RC. Might be, this one's close to my heart. This one, what the channel is based on and what's in my logo. The CRT 0.5 converted from nitro to electronic, the OFNA. This thing's awesome. It's a parking lot ripper. You can see bald tires. Another great Double Toys. It's about a 12 scale, 10 scale short course truck. It's got some numbers, L9 something like that. Really good, real lot of fun, just two-wheel drive, just a good park basher. We've had some fun. We catch a little air with this too, surprisingly. And the one I'll never get rid of either is my Blitz two-wheel drive. I love that truck. I raced that one for a few summers, or a lot of summers, and I still I've kind of gotten rid of it and bought it back again. I just love it. I'll be taking it to the track. There's a lot more newer models out there, but I know how to run this thing, and I'm very familiar with it. It's tuned the way I like it, and I'm fast with that one. And we'll see where we're at this summer if anyone else is running two-wheel drive short course truck at the private track, but I'll definitely be putting laps down with that anyways. Up here, of course, we got the Stampede 4x4, and we took the ECX Ruckus tires off, put them on here because one of the rims, the hex, got stripped out. We've taken apart the Ruckus and retired it. The Stampede was also sold the 2-wheel drive Stampede. This is another one that's near and dear to my heart, and the OFNA 8.5, the Hyper 8.5, converted from brushless, from nitro to brushless. That's my brother's airbrushing skills there for an awesome body. That thing's a beast, weighs a ton, it's bulletproof, it's never broken. And I've given that thing a go, and it runs on 4S. The MU4 over here, the budget basher, and that thing is awesome, and looking forward to running that more this year as we're just getting out of winter. This one's going to be a little bit harder to see down here, but we got the 4-wheel drive, or this is the 4-wheel drive Slash sitting there, the blue with the Proline body. We're going to get a Slash body. We got a Slash Raptor body on a monster truck. This is the Monster Slash. Check out that video. I scored that thing for 75 bucks with like 3 times the sets of electronics and all kinds of spare parts, and ridiculous. And it was a total score. And underneath this one, I'll just pull this out quick so you guys can see. It's an 8-scale CD Racing Pirates buggy. Awesome buggy. It's parking lot ripper in form, but you could very easily be tuned to go for a track. So there's all kinds of stuff going on. We got oodles of stock radios, guys, parts down the bottom, mini drones. Over here we got drawers full of mini RCs we won't even talk about. Some HBX ones, the K9 8.9 is down here. We got a short course truck one too. People probably don't even know exists. A lot of cool stuff, man. And I got more of these inside in a tote box. Yeah, just going back to the drones, probably got that one I've kept from over the years. Those two are the ones that if my kids are going to want to fly, those are the ones that are going to fly cheap. They can take a bounce and still survive. That's the Mold King, and that's something else. JJRC. And I got the DJI Mavic Mini, and that's pretty much wraps up. And that's inside charging. So anyways, that wraps up all the stuff. We got parts all over the place, tripods over there, hack cam is over there, GoPro's in my hand. We got tires. These there's 3 towers here full of parts and everything. Yeah, you get into the hobby, you own this many, you need to have storage for the parts. There's all parts over here, batteries, fluids, bolts, chargers, battery connectors, glue, tape, you name it, wrenches. There's all parts down there too. There's a toolbox that I used to bring to the track, the Husky, everything. So guys, that's a tour of Mike's RC Corner. Oh, we'll show you quick here too. Step out here, there's the crawler course, the old track. So you can see maybe the figure 8 still there. We got some parts here, scrap parts, wood. We're gonna build this thing out this summer yet and make it great. Thanks for tuning in to Mike's RC Corner. Hope you enjoyed the tour. My throat's getting dry from all this talking. Trying to talk as quick as possible, make it interesting for you. So appreciate it, guys. All the support over the years. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's building their collection. Take care, peace out, and we'll see you soon on the next one. All right, out of here.